Hello, everybody. It's Sinoxolo Lamini, and welcome to part two of getting into medicine in South African universities. The universities we're going to be looking at now is the University of Pretoria, Sefako Mogato University, and the University of Limpopo. The selection criteria in the University of Pretoria is divided into three. It can be students who are currently in matric, which are school leavers or those who have taken a gap year. It can be students who are at a university level and have university experience, or it can also be students who are doing a BSc in biological sciences at the University of Pretoria. Now, for students that are school leavers, a minimum requirement of 60% in English, 70% in mathematics, and 60% in physics is required to gain admission into this degree. Now, meeting the minimum requirements does not always guarantee admission, and so students with the highest marks will be taken into consideration and will be given provisional acceptance based on their results. Now, provisional acceptance does not guarantee admission. It just means that they have to maintain those results or get higher results to make sure that they get into this degree after the release of their final matric results. Now, the way that it is incorporated is that um, mostly South African students are taken into consideration, but a limit to foreign students can be allowed, such as students who are asylum refugees or students who have been brought into South Africa due to some government agreements. A minimum of 300 students are accepted at the University of Pretoria for medicine for the year 2024. Now let's go on to the BSc and biological science students. These are students who have already applied for medicine as a first choice, and applied for the BSc biological science as a second choice, and unfortunately did not get into medicine during the first round and will get into medicine in the second semester. Now, how this works is that they will they will register for BSc biological science by registering for a certain type of modules, and then I will link down that in the description which modules that they should register for, and they should make sure that they pass all the modules to gain access into the program for the second semester. Now, for the second semester, a minimum of 50 students are taken, so you need to ensure that you pass all your modules and you pass all your modules well if you decide to take this route. And a minimum admission APS score of 28 points. Now, after consideration, some students are invited to an interview, and the interview is mandatory for their selection procedure. I haven't been able to find any documentation from the University of Limpopo that states that students that are in university are also accepted. But what I do know is students that have completed their first degrees are accepted into the program provided they have satisfactory results. You ought to have not have registered at a university before, meaning that you should be a school leaving applicant, and your grade 12 NSC results should indicate a minimum of 70% in mathematics and a minimum APS of 35 points. Now, on to the last section, which is university experience. Students who have had university experience either for 1 year or more are considered, and their marks are calculated based on how they achieved in those years. Postgrad students, and which is honors, masters, and PhD students are considered, and additional points are given to these people. All of this information is available in page 6 of the document that I will link down in the description below, of how the points are calculated for each module and each qualification. At SMU, there are 250 spots available, and these spots is separated into 5 spots that are those students considered for early admission and 245 spots left. Now, students out of other African countries are considered, such as Lesotho and Swaziland. For school leaving students or students that are currently in matric, a minimum of 38 points is accepted, with maths, physical science, life sciences, and English being a minimum of 70%. 145 spots are offered for students that are school leavers, so the competition is very. There's also a spot for five first year students enrolled in a BSc program, and they need to achieve a minimum of 75%. And due to competition for the aggregate, you need to ensure that you meet this requirement and exceed it to be considered as for medicine in the next year program. For completed first degrees, you need to have finished your degree, and there is a certain point system again allocated for you to calculate the minimum points or the points that they have for you, which I will also link down in the description below, as it is complicated. Again, there are additional points given to students who have completed postgraduate studies such as their honors, masters, and PhDs. The last fun detail of it is that there's an extended program for medicine, and it is for students who are in schools of quintile 1 and quintile 2 to bring about social equality. Now, these are schools that are originally black, and for students that do not have money or financial means for resources for subjects such as maths, English, life science, and physical sciences. The minimum requirements for this particular degree is to have a minimum APS of 35 and have 60% in maths, physical science, English, and life sciences. A 50% can be considered for English, provided that the competition or the marks attained by a learner is satisfactory. Now, for this extended program, it's a 1 year program where you first taught skills and maths, things that you can use to attain skills in order for you to qualify to do the maths, the medicine program. You need to pass this program, because if you do not pass it, there's no repeat, and you are therefore equipped to do another program. In the University of Limpopo, there is admission criteria for school leavers, which is as follows: a 50% in English, a 60% in maths, life sciences, and physical sciences, and a minimum admission APS score of 28 points. Now, after consideration, some students are invited to an interview, and the interview is mandatory for their selection procedure. I haven't been able to find any documentation from the University of Limpopo that states that students that are in university are also accepted. But what I do know is students that have completed their first degrees are accepted into the program, provided they have satisfactory results. Okay, everybody, we have reached the end of part 2 for this video. Stay tuned for the last part, which will be up in a few. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please put them down in the comment section.